The next part is about update. Update means if you have the data from user, if you have the data from the member, and I want to change, I want to modify. Now let's make a function in the update member. Okay. So let me just copy and paste. I will explain the code later. So in the views.py, in the views.py, we want to get the member in the particular ID. So if you look at this one, this is the ID. So the ID is generated automatically by the SQLite. And then I want to put those data from that ID into the form of the member. So I want to put the data from this member, which is the instance, into this form. So the form here will be, we will get all the data from this member and we will show it into the form. So after we get the data from this member, again, if the data is valid, I will save it. And then again, get back to the list member. So the idea is the same with the create member. The only difference is I want to get the data first from the database and I want to put it into the form. If you are creating the member, you just make the form blank. form은 데이터 없이 바로 나오면 돼요. 여기서는 데이터는 데이터베이스에서 가지고 와서 보면 데이터는 보여줘야 돼요. 이거 저 차이점. Then the remaining will be the same. So I want to show it into the member form.html. Now I will make a new path. So the new path will be a little bit different. So the urls.py, yeah, the path is a little bit different because I want to show the ID. So the ID means the integer. I will use this bracket like this one. So the integer, which is the ID, it will go to the update member. So the update member here, it requires the ID. So when you put the ID, then I want to get the ID from the database member and I will put it into this thing now. Then I will put it into this variable. Now, in the list members.html, you can see here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. Now I'm going to add one more column. How to add one more column? So the column will be from the list members here. So after the email, I want to add a new column and it mentioned the update. So after the email, I want to add one new column. After the email, I want to add a new column, which is update. And for the update, I want to put a button. What is the button? So after an email, I would like to make a button, and the button will be related to update. And then let's try. Now you can see there is a new column, update, and there is a button. So when you want to update this one, you can, let's say I want to update the second one. You can see the data update here. It was the previous data, which is BBCC. And then this is the Mr. and ABCD at abcd.com. Now, let's suppose I want to modify. I do not want to use the Mr. because actually this is not Mr. but Miss. So I want to change this one. So after I finish with this, I will save it. Now the data has been changed. The salutation becomes Miss. So this update will follow the ID. This update will follow the ID. So if the ID is 1, then it will update only the data at the ID 1. If we are in the second row, then we will update this on the ID number 2. Okay. So that's the meaning by update. So in some cases, you cannot run the update member before you create the delete URL and function. So I will explain after this. So it is necessary to forward the instance to the form. It is necessary to forward the instance to the form. So in this case, the instance is the object member. So in order to open the member form.html, it is necessary to forward the member ID. So this is the way. We want to use the member form. So the member form consists of 4 fields: salutation, first name, last name, and also the email. And then we want to get the instance member and we want to put it into the form. And then all those data will go to the variable form. That's the meaning, how to get the data from the database and then show it into the web with a variable form. And then we are going to do the update. So the updating the member, we use the URL, which is going to the update member, and we need to put one more item, which is member.id. What is it? Here, whenever I click the update button, so I will go to the update member with the respective member.id. So the member.id, it is based on this data. So that's why one row is one ID. So when you click, it will go only to that ID. Okay, the last one is about delete. What is delete? We want to remove the data from the database. So we can append the function delete member. So let's put this one into the function. Use.py. So we are going to delete the member and we are checking the respective ID. So if I know the ID, I will get the ID and I will show it into the variable member. Now, the request method, if it is post, then delete it. And after I delete, I will go back to the list member. So then the render here, I will go to the member delete confirm.html and yeah, I will give the data, which is the member. After that, I will need the path. Okay, so this is the path to the member. So I will make the urls.py here. So we have this delete, the same with the update. I need the ID. Okay, I need the ID. So if I have the ID, then I will know that I will only delete this data. So if you go to this delete member, you need the ID. Okay, you need the ID, and then whenever you get the ID, so you will put the data in the variable member, and then if the member is correct, then it will be deleted. Now, in the member form.html, let's put these 3 lines. Okay, if member in the member form.html. So after the form, let's make the 3 lines. If member, it means when I check the member, if the member is available, then show this one. So show the button. The button delete means I want to delete the member, which is about the delete member URL, and give the ID. So the ID will be delivered to the delete member. The ID will be delivered to the delete member function here. And then we will check what is the member. If the member is correct, we want to delete it, then we will delete from the database. Now, the last one is we need to make the confirmation. So the confirmation means whether we really want to delete or not. So it is important because when you delete the data, then you cannot get the data back. So that's why we need to make this kind of page. Let's create member delete confirm.html. So in this folder, let's make another HTML member delete confirm. So again, we need to have the CSRF token because every computer will have different token. Your computer will have different token with mine. So we need to set up this CSRF token. And there's a question, are you sure you want to remove the first name? This one. And then if it is yes, submit, then we will delete it. Okay, now let's see. So I will do, okay, let me do one more new member. Let's make Mr. CCC DDD. So the email is ccc@ddd.com. And then I will save it. So there is a new data here. And let me update. So in the update form, we have the Mr. CCC DDD CCC at ddd.com. Now you can see the button delete. Let's suppose, okay, I would like to delete this one. Now there's a question. Are you sure to remove CCC? Delete or cancel. If you cancel, then you can go back to the previous page. But if you want to delete this one, after you delete, then now the data has been removed. So the data is automatically deleted from this page. So the code is the same with the update. Okay. The code is the same. In the update member, yeah, we want to connect to the URL update member and we need to give the ID. So in this case, the member.id is the ID for this function. So the overall system architecture, we can see something like this. So we have the model in the SQLite. So we create 4 fields. We create 4 columns. Salutation, first name, last name, and the email. And then we have 4 functions. The first function is list members. This is to show. And then we have create member. We want to make a new member. We have update member. So we want to modify the member name. And we have delete member. So we want to remove the data from the database. In the views, we can see there are some URLs. So you can go to the member detail list or the member insertion, member update, member deletion. And the HTML page contains of 3, which is list member, member form, and member delete control. So this is the browser. So this is what we call as the system architecture for the CRUD example. So that's the thing, okay? Your mid exam will be related to this one. So you need to make a CRUD function. In this case, this is about member, about user. But in the mid exam, I don't. But at least you know how to create the data, how to show the data, how to update the data, and how to delete the data. Okay. So please try at home one more time this flow. So if you complete this flow, then I guess there will be no issue with your mid exam. That's why I mentioned to you